Hi, I'm currently at Woodlands 11, and right behind me is a B1 unit space comprising 1,900 usable space. So let's go check it out. This is the main foyer that is shared between two unit spaces. So let's go check out the first unit space. So you'll notice that in this area here is about 700 square feet, and what the landlord has provided for is actually a lot of fittings done. So this is like the entrance foyer, and a lot of the tables are actually being set up as well. But however, if these fittings are not to your liking, you can always remove this at your own cost and retrofit it as required. And one thing that this landlord has provided as a very good favor is that there's actually no requirement to actually reinstate on any of this. So assuming this is actually this area is split between two rent tenants that you share, you'll notice that there's actually an empty wall right here will actually be patched up by the landlord. So moving on to the pantry area. One thing about this section of this space here is that there's actually a pantry catered for use for your office workers, etc. Assuming there's actually two tenants sharing this area here will actually be boarded up by the landlord. And there'll be a door here for your workers to actually access the common toilets. So another thing that I mentioned here is that this space here, assuming also there are two tenants sharing this whole area, there will also be a door here for the other tenant to actually access the toilet as well. Okay, now that we are done with the walkthrough of the first subsection of this office space, let's move on with the second area. This second area is about 1,000 square feet, and it's actually further split into three of its separate subsections as well. So right here in the first room, you'll notice on my left is a whole row of carpentry cabinet, and this is because the previous tenant was actually serving in terms of carpentry work, and these are actually some of the display cabinets that he has left behind. And on my right, you'll notice a full-length mirrors. So if you are interested, some of these full-length mirrors can also be catered towards dance studio for dance students as well. So, and similar to the first office, all this carpentry can also be removed as per your requirement, and this doesn't have to be reinstated. Now moving on to the second room of this whole office space. This area here actually has its own windows, and there's a feature wall here as well, which is pretty nice if you are having your own office area here or even being a meeting room here as well. And notice that this very big gap here, as mentioned when I walked through the first subsection of this whole office, this area here will be boarded up, assuming there are actually two separate tenants sharing the same space. Moving on to the last room. Room area is very light, very brightly lit. Floor to ceiling height is about 3.8 meters. So assuming you are using this as a warehouse for storage for inventory, etc., is perfect. This area here, this wall here, will be actually opened up in terms of having a door here to access the common toilet, assuming there are actually two tenants sharing this area. If you are looking for a B1 office space at Woodlands 11, look no further. This 1,900 square feet of space is actually perfect for you. If you are keen, do reach out to me with or in with Alan.